It's about halfway through the year, so I've decided to make my top 5 best rap albums of 2020. So far, at least. This is all just my opinion on albums that I personally enjoyed the most, starting with number 5, which was a tough one between Lil Uzi's Eternal Will Take and Pop Smoke Meet the Woo 2. By the end of the year, Lil Uzi's project will most likely be in my top 10 rap albums in 2020, but it didn't have as big of an impact for me as Pop Smoke's project did. I always thought of Pop Smoke as a one-dimensional artist, and my opinion changed off of that simply for diving deeper into his catalog off of Dior and Welcome to the Party, which that's how my opinion is on a lot of artists. You know, when X first came out, I thought he was a one-dimensional artist just screaming in all of his songs, but as I delved deeper, I realized how great of an artist he was, and that was kind of my experience with Pop's discography as well. It's sad that sometimes it takes an artist to no longer be here for you to finally dive into their music, and when that happened, it made me realize how big of an impact Pop was in the New York community and the drill scene there, and it made me fall in love with a whole bunch of other artists from New York that we'll talk about later on in this video. At the 4th spot, I have Denzel Curry's album Unlocked with Kenny Beats. Denzel Curry is a constant artist, always on these top 10, top 5 albums for the past like 3 years now, and this project in particular was a very different approach than his prior projects in Taboo and Zoo, and although I love those projects, I think ultimately towards the end of the year those projects will sit higher than Unlocked, but Unlocked was super experimental and way different than the majority of his other work. My personal favorite track off the album is Cosmic, and at one point in the song he kind of goes into the Kanye West flow of when Kanye was doing the flow for Monster, and at first listen I thought that was like the homage to, and it might be to a different artist, or who knows, but amazing project. At the 3rd spot, I have Jarrell dropping Narcissist. I found out about him thanks to a YouTuber I've been following for the past few months now, Luis Mora. He posts skating videos, he lives in Japan. It's always like a cool environment and perspective of life that I personally enjoy watching. Like, I've been getting into a lot of like different life YouTubers that just live in a different environment than me, and it's amazing to see. And Jarrell is one of those artists, he plays in his videos. Apparently they're close friends, and I love the songs that he puts in his videos so much, where I had to check out Jarrell's catalog of music, and Narcissist being one of my favorite projects of the year, and Jarrell as an artist being one of my favorite artists of 2020 as well. You know, there's one more guy with Jarrell up there as my favorite artist of the year, which we'll talk about at the number 1 spot, but I'm super grateful for finding out about Jarrell's music through Luis Mora, and I'll definitely be talking about these guys in the future. The whole album is really unskippable. I could listen to it from start to finish over and over again.
Half of these niggas is hoes, half of these niggas for show, half of them fake, half of them paving a way off of riding a dick or a wave. These niggas lame, they end up switching on you and expect you to treat them the same. Stay on my way, need all my niggas to eat, so I'm taking my piece of the plate. Yeah, I got a bag and need many more. Day to day at a new resort.
At the number 2 spot, I have Polo G, the GOAT. This man just continues to get better and better. I feel like it was almost 2 years ago now when I first heard about him, when he dropped Finer Things, and that song, along with the song he made with Lil TJ, were always constantly played throughout last year for me. And I remember enjoying his music when I first heard about him, because although he's from Chicago, he wasn't trying to sound like all these other Chicago artists, and that's what really stuck out with me. And with the GOAT project, it made it clear that this dude, he's gonna be in the rap scene for a long time, and he's definitely gonna be one of my favorites to watch and listen to. And at the number 1 spot, I have a mixture of 2 albums, but with one artist that I've been listening to on repeat all year long, and that is Chef G. He dropped the new project One and Only this year, and his last project in 2019 is called The Unlucky Kid. And Unlucky Kid has been on repeat ever since Pop Smoke's death, because he kind of started the whole drill scene in New York, and all of these other talented rappers are doing it way better than certain artists that are popular right now in New York. and Chef G being one of those artists where I feel he has the capability of becoming like at that Pop Smoke level, a superstar. He definitely has a superstar sound, and hopefully more people start listening to Chef G. I say I have both of his projects at this #1 spot because I can't pick. Right now I can't pick. Maybe at the end of the year I'll be able to pick, but I first heard about him, like I said, this year, even though if his album came out last year, The Unlucky Kid, and One and Only is good, but compared to how much I've had The Unlucky Kid on repeat, I don't know. That album's like a perfect 10. No skippables whatsoever on that project. And One and Only, it still has to grow on me a little bit, so I recommend checking out both of his projects and Chef G as an artist as well. Chef G has been one of my favorite artists of the year, along with Jarrell recently, so those are my top 5 favorite rap albums of 2020 so far. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my list? Have you been listening to some of the artists I mentioned, or put me on to some of your music that you've been listening to? Check out some of these other videos on screen before you go, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you for watching.